Blap Chat.
Welcome to another episode of
Blap Chat.
Episode
94.
No. We're at like 98.
Oh, 98? Oh, I said 94. I thought we were on 94.
94.
98.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Blap Chat, episode 98. What's 98 in Spanish?
98.
98.
You gotta say it just like that.
Is that right, Josh? 98?
I think
98.
it is.
Wow.
Good year. 98.
This is a good year.
98.
Good year. Wow.
98 was a good year.
98 was a good year. What happened
Memories.
in 98? A lot of
Man.
good albums came out. Black Star album came out, I think. The new Pete Rock album came out. I think Eminem's debut album came out in 98.
Wow.
Shout to the God, Eminem. Give you a little
Shady.
air horn. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Blap Chat. My name is Illmind. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts.
Perfection.
Yes, sir. Atlas the Plug. What up?
Atlas the Plug is in here.
Yes, sir.
Our fourth co-host, Glam, couldn't make it. She's in D.C. getting some stuff done, but we miss her very dearly. Welcome to Blap Chat. This is our all music production podcast. Shout to all of our listeners, our weekly listeners. You know, we have a new episode that drops every Friday. And then every Monday we drop the episode on YouTube. So shout to you guys subscribed. If you're streaming right now on iTunes or SoundCloud or watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow us, get alerts. And if you're on SoundCloud, hit that repost button, man. Spread the word on this amazing little podcast that we have, Blap Chat. And again, shout to all of our new listeners as well. If you're just joining us, whether you're a producer or an engineer or a rapper or a singer or just a fan of music, welcome to our show. It is an amazing show. Why is that sound effect not working? Okay, fine. Fuck off. There we go. All right, that's working. And welcome, man. So shout to all of our subscribers. Like I said, it's been a really busy couple weeks. I've been traveling a lot. I know we've been in and out. Last week was our first episode with all four of us, which felt good.
Those are the best. Those are so much fun. So much fun.
So much fun. So before we get into it, you know, you guys, if you follow me on social media, you guys are probably seeing all the YouTube content and stuff. I've been going to different cities every month, sitting down with music producers and artists in private studio locations. And it's been really, really amazing. I can't believe we're in April already. But in a couple weeks, I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. I'll be in Tampa, Florida, and then I'll be in Miami, Florida. That's April 22nd, April 23rd. I'll be in Atlanta. April 25th, I'll be in Tampa. April 26th, I'll be in Miami. So I'm going out there, man, linking up with these producers, sitting down, come to the studio, play your beats, talk, chat it up. Maybe I'll do a couple push-ups if I like your shit.
You can do a quick 50?
Quick 50.
Like DMX did? Did you see him bang them out real quick?
Light.
Quick 50. I could do a light 50.
A light 50.
I'll do a light 100 if you need.
Okay.
You feel me?
Say no more.
You feel me?
Light flex.
Light flex. So shout out to you guys if you want to come to my Pass the Aux events. I have a bunch more lined up for the rest of the year. Just make sure you see your city and get your ticket. Go to my website, illmindproducer.com, ILLMIND producer, one word, illmindproducer.com, and get your tickets, man. It's a lot of fun. And I'm really proud of that. And Atlas, I know you've been on the road too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How's it going?
It's going awesome. We just wrapped the Respect the Engineer tour with Cruise.
Sick.
It was so fire. We did Miami, LA, Atlanta, Philly. So we just wrapped that. We're working actually on some more dates. We're going back to some of the same cities, but of course including a bunch of others. So if you missed out on the first go around. Also, I mean, we had Young Guru pull up for the LA one. In Miami, we did it at We the Best Studios, DJ Khaled studio, which was amazing. Man, that guy's got so many plaques.
Yeah, they're just riddled all over.
I mean, seriously, I think I counted, like, just because I was in between. I was like, let me just start going through. No, 50? I think it was like like 120, 130, something like that.
Jesus Christ.
He don't even got paint on the walls.
Yeah,
He
it's
got
just
plaques.
it was
plaques.
crazy. But yeah, so that was great. I'm also doing April 26th. We're doing another Dream Chasers own Nick Pap's beat battle.
Yes.
Here in New York City. Josh won the first one here.
Congrats to Jay Jules
Jay
for
Jules,
winning it.
Jay
Yep.
fucking Jules.
So I linked him with Nick Paps. Big shout out. Yes, big shout out to Nick Paps and Cruz and the whole crew.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be April 26th in New York. If you want details for that, just follow me, Atlas the Plug, ATLAS the Plug, and the link's in my bio.
Amazing. Also, too, quick note, the Goat Loops sample pack contest is officially a wrap. The deadline was April 2nd. Okay, so if you haven't submitted for that yet, then it's too late. Sorry, but I promise you guys I'm going to get to these submissions. We got a lot of submissions, so I got to listen to them on Instagram and choose a winner. I already started going through them. I picked a couple people that I really liked.
Nice.
So just give me some time, guys, and we're going to get that announcement going. And the one winner that I choose, we're going to collaborate on a brand new beat, and we're going to shop that around and get
Fire.
placements. So shout out to all of our submissions for the Goat Loops contest. If you want to pick up that Goat Loops pack, go to BLAP-KITS.com. You already know, BLAPKITS.com. If you listen to my podcast and you don't know about BLAP-KITS, then you need to unsubscribe.
Then you're not listening to the
Yeah,
podcast.
you're not a real listener.
You know what? This is for you right here. This is for you. Motherfucker.
The
No, I'm
only
just
other
kidding.
excuse is the first time listening, and so welcome. If it is
Yeah,
the first
welcome.
time. Yeah.
I give that. This is for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you
welcome,
go.
bro.
Nice.
Welcome, bro.
That's love right there. That's love.
How have you guys been? First, I just want to, let's just start this off now that we got that out the way.
Yeah.
I know that there's just so much intensity and mixed emotions and confusion, and it's just, there's no words that can describe how deeply impactful Nipsey Hussle's recent death has been for everyone. Every single person that I've seen who's known him or had interactions with him have nothing but amazing things to say about him, and that's a reflection of who he really was, which was just this like amazing human being that we lost. And I really don't want to like harp on Nipsey's death too much, but I do want to just like give a little moment of silence to pay respect to the legend and the forever legend, Nipsey Hussle.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Nip.
That was
Man,
that was a tough loss.
That was terrible,
Tough
man.
loss.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
there's really not much more to say about it. I feel like it's been said, but I think at this point, what we can do is learn from what he did and try to just become inspired to contribute in an authentic way, as authentic as he did. And that's all we can do while we're still on this earth.
And
right?
continue to support. He owns his masters.
Facts.
Stream
Yeah.
that.
Stream
Yep,
those.
goes to the
Stream
kids,
that album.
man. Go to the kids, man.
Exactly, man.
And shout out to Jay with the 15 million fund.
That
It was
wasn't
actually
real.
fake.
Yeah, that wasn't real.
Was it fake?
Yeah.
Why would they
Trolls.
do that?
Trolls.
So apparently, there's this like
Are you
website.
serious?
There's this website that is
Wow.
it looks real and feels real, but they have, if you dig deeper into this particular website, I don't know the URL offhand, but they started that rumor. And apparently, if you click on the different articles on that website, there's like a bunch of just false shit. Like you read them and it's just ridiculous headlines.
Oh,
So it's just clickbait, man. And
Man.
listen, whoever's starting this clickbait stuff, like you guys are gonna pay, man. Karma.
Super whack.
Karma will get you.
Yeah. But anyway,
Fucked
definitely go support the music. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, going to the family and the kids. So if you really want to, do something, why not?
Exactly.
It's great.
Exactly, man. So it's wild, man. It's so wild. But we're already in April. First quarter's done. First quarter's over. We were in the green room. Okay, listen. So you guys know at this point, if you guys have been listening to us, we talk about the green room a lot. Right? It's actually called, what are we calling it? The Blap Room.
The Blap Room.
Blap Room.
It's actually called the Blap Room. So every time we say the green room, which is the room in the back that you guys don't see, where we congregate before every episode and we We eat, we drink, we smoke, we chill, we talk, we shoot the shit. And then after we're done recording this podcast that you guys are watching right now, we go back to the Blap room and we do the same thing for a little bit. We shoot the shit, we're friends.
It's a little bit, sometimes we get deep, sometimes we get really just funny, you know, like it's a good time.
Yeah, we kick it.
It's a good time, and we do say things that we would not normally say on the air.
This is true, yeah.
It's a little bit uncensored, okay? It could be a little graphic.
Yeah, 100%.
For however you guys imagine
graphic is a good word for it.
In a good way, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
But we shoot the shit, and so we were in the Blap room earlier today, and we were really brainstorming on this idea that we want to include you guys, our listeners. We want to include you guys in these like various happenings and conversations in the Blap room. And so we literally just thought of this a few minutes ago, and now that we're saying it, we have to commit to this.
100%.
So we're going to do it.
And that's what we do. We execute things.
So just to tease you guys a little bit, and we're really going to start jumping this off in the next few weeks and go hard on it. But we're going to start to give you guys access. We're going to give you guys an inside look. We're going to give you guys private access to the Blap room, which will be us in there shooting the shit. We're going to give you guys access so that you can ask us questions. We're going to live stream with you guys in the Blap room. It's going to be super lit, so you guys get to see how that room looks. And by the way, it's not green. The room is like really...
It's really dope.
It's really dope. It's so like it looks like we're in a basement. It's really cool. Yeah. We should put some lighting in there. Actually.
Yeah,
it might be cool.
Not?
So we're going to start to give you guys access in the next few weeks. We'll give you guys access to the Blap room, and we're going to set up a monthly membership for you guys. So it'll be in addition to the watching the regular episode. We're going to give you guys 10 minutes of the Blap room afterwards. So we're going to call it the Blap room, and you guys are going to have private access. So we're going to unlock that feature in the next few weeks via a platform that we will announce very soon. And it'll be a monthly membership platform where every week, every time we record one of these podcasts, you're going to be able to hang out with us afterwards for 10 minutes, probably 10, 15 minutes of the Blap room. And we're going to film it, right, Josh? Josh will be in there filming us, and we're going to shoot the shit. We're going to act like kind of like the camera's not even there. But we're going to set it up in a way where it's a private YouTube channel, and you guys can do little Q&A. You can interact with each other, interact with us. You're going to be able to see us, hear us, and we're going to interact with you guys too, answer questions, shoot the shit. We might say some stuff, and you guys might want to chime in.
Say a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, right, Atlas?
You already know.
And it's exclusive. Everybody's not going to have access to the Blap room.
Not everybody's going to have access to the Blap room.
This will be great for our real hardcore listeners that really fuck with us.
Yeah. Like, you guys know that we don't really voice our hardcore opinions on certain music here. That's not what this podcast is for. But in the Blap room, we kind of do.
Yeah.
All bets might be off.
All
in the
bets
Blap room.
might be off in the Blap room. So you guys keep an eye out for the Blap room. We're going to make a ton of announcements in the coming weeks about how you can gain access for the monthly membership to the Blap room. And like I said, every time we release an episode, which is once a week, we'll give you access that same amount of time for the Blap room, and it's going to be fun.
I can't wait.
It's going to be super fun.
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
Content's king.
I can't wait.
Content. We want to give you guys content, and I don't know, have you guys been seeing the influx of different content, Instagram personalities and influencers? What do you guys think of the whole, I'm an influencer, but I haven't really accomplished shit?
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are successful, I'd say, who are very well known. I'm not going to say their name.
Maybe in the Blap room you will.
Yeah. And there you're going to get it 100%. But for this, we're not going to do it. But that I'm not really sure what they've done. But at the same time, people can say that about me.
Right.
People can say, what has Atlas done? Who is he to be crapping people?
It's so subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who is he to be crapping people like that?
And that's what I was going to say, because influence is, we understand what we mean when we say, what have you influenced, right? We know that on a larger scale. But there are people on a smaller scale that might influence 1 or 2 people,
Right.
and they're growing from that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's this really interesting thing that I'm observing right now, and there's people out there that obviously there's real professionals and people that have accomplished really amazing things and are becoming influential to a specific demographic. But then I'm noticing there's people that haven't really accomplished anything but watch a bunch of YouTube videos and just reiterate
exactly what they heard
from like Tony Robbins and like all these other people. And some of these people are like gaining followings, and you know, I mean, it's becoming very sort of saturated in that way, but I think that's a really slippery slope to get on. And I'm also noticing it happening in the producer community as well. And it's weird because like I'm all for learning some stuff and gaining real life experience, and then expressing what you've learned and giving back to the community via a YouTube channel or Instagram content or whatever it is, right? But how can you really begin to trust some of these sources, you know? And that's where it gets dangerous. So like when producers are doing it, I understand, because it's like if you've been producing for a couple years and then you sort of put that I'm an influencer hat on and you start creating content, you're building your YouTube channel. I mean, the motivation behind that is to, you know, like grind. And I get that. I mean, that's like becoming an influencer is actually a really easy and great option for you if you're trying to start to generate some income and all that. So from you guys' experience, because like Alice, like you said earlier, like of course there's people out there that could probably say that about you. There's probably people that say that about me and about you. Like, you know, it's like even across the board. So what type of like influencer advice would you give?
I got it.
What would you say to someone who like wants to enter that sphere?
I got it. One, whatever you're saying, you better be living that life. That's number one. Number two,
so get specific on that. Like living that life, meaning what?
Meaning like, okay, like the other day I had put okay, so like let's talk about me real quick, right? So for people who don't know me, they might say, well, who is that guy? But the people who know me and know that I've been around and who I've worked with and what I've done, they get it. They understand, right? So for instance, if I'm putting a post up about doing events and the format on how to do it, like get the graphic, find a talent, find a venue, create the RSVP link. That's pretty, you know, create the, whatever deal you're working out with the venue as far as are you doing bar guarantee or are you doing just 100% of the door for you? Whatever your deal is, if you're going to post that on Instagram, then you better really be doing events in real life.
In real life, yeah.
And you better be really showing these events on your IG page so people can see that you are doing this.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking all that and you're not doing anything, people start looking at you a little like, this guy's overstepping his boundaries, like... So it's like you said it right there. It's a very fine line, you know? So if you're going to do it, you have to really be living it.
What do you think, Perfection?
I agree. I think it's, you know, actions over words. Like you can't just say I'm influencing something. What are you influencing? Who have you influenced?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And like for real, like what have you impacted, even if it's on a small scale?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like just trying to figure out what exactly are you influencing, how you're influencing it, how you're going about it, you know, and just do it.
Yeah, and small, and you know, exactly what Perfection said, smalls, it's okay to do small, but you got to start and do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's totally right.
Yeah.
Totally right.
Yeah, and I like that you said that, Alice, because it's like, if you want to enter that, you know, demographic or that sphere of like being an influencer, you just have to go out and do stuff. And like that's why I'm so aggressive about the whole try stuff and fail, because like I'm sure the first event that you've thrown at Liz, you fucked up.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and like and every single new one that you did, you learn, and then you reapply, and then for every 2 things that didn't work, 2 things did work, and then 1 extra thing didn't work, and then you're just, it's like that.
Fine tuning it every time.
Fine tuning, and it's the same with any other profession. Like you're not going to be perfect out the gate, but you're gonna like get closer to becoming better. And I think that's the key. So, you know, a lot of these guys are just sitting behind their computers and they're not actually going out and doing stuff. They're just like forwarding all this information to other people. There's a few YouTube channels that I don't want to put the energy out there like this, and I'm not going to name names. Maybe in the Blap room.
In the Blap room, names are being dropped.
Yeah.
Saying it right now.
Y'all gonna know that we gonna spill
trust
some
me.
tea.
There's a couple YouTube influencers that you know I got my eye on, and I've done research. I'm doing research on these people, and it's really a shame because they really haven't done anything. You know, I try to really dig deep and give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so let me just calm down. Let me consume this content. Let me dig a little deeper. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to click your bio. I'm going to go to your Instagram and go all the way down to the first post that you made.
Yes.
I'm going to commit to that. It's going to take me 20 minutes to scroll all the way down, but I'm going to see when your first post was. I'm going to look at all of your Instagram posts and see where those impact points were. Maybe, you know, July 2013, maybe you were wearing a t-shirt and some Vans, but August 2015, I see you got a pair of
the Gucci glasses.
you got some Gucci glasses on with a little, you know what I mean, with a little off-white logo on that white t-shirt. Maybe you have at that point have accomplished a few things. Right. You know what I mean? So like your history is completely exposed on the internet. All of us.
100%.
If you Google Illmind, you will see the 2006-5 struggle.
Right.
The interviews I did with Mass Appeal in 2006, being in Mom's Basement. And then you'll see the G-Unit stuff. You'll see. So I have nothing to... Do your research.
Do your Googles.
100%.
It's very... Do your Googles.
But I do think also when you're in it, word spreads. Right? Because it's not just... like about the internet. Like don't flex on the internet and say, oh, I did this just to post it and seem like an influencer. Like have actual real life influence. Like
it should come from real life.
Right.
It shouldn't be
it shouldn't be real life being shown like
on the internet.
Yeah.
It should be born in real life and then exposed on the internet. Not born on the internet.
Exactly.
Because and I'm seeing a lot of born on the internet. Right? So anyway,
100%.
I'm doing research and I'm like, this person just gave me a suggestion to do this thing and they haven't done that thing. And so I just think it's really fascinating.
Yeah,
you know?
they're not living that life that they're talking about.
Yeah, so then if a kid trusts you and takes your advice, and let's say 1,000 kids take your advice, they're taking the advice of someone who hasn't actually done it. How positive or negative of an impact does that make to those 1,000 people? And what type of shockwave does that send to society?
That's what I was gonna say. It's a domino effect of just no actual influence.
No actual like working real influence, right? I just think that's really fascinating to me.
If you're posting it on social media, you should be doing it in real life and posting that on like you said, and start it in real life, caption it in some way, picture, video, whatever it is, post that on your social media as, I want to say, for lack of a better term, proof that you're really doing it, as opposed to like Perfection was saying, the peers already talking, like people who know her probably know me and know you. You know what I'm saying? Like from not knowing our relationship just because we're all in New York and we're all doing things, and you know, it's a small, and this industry is very small. You know what I mean? So you got to, like you said, you can't create it on social media and then do nothing. That's just like fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, if you just go viral and then randomly get 100,000 followers, you're not influencing anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what a lot of people do, right? Like they get their numbers up, and it's like, now I'm an influencer, now I'm a singer. It's like, bro, you're just taking advantage of the numbers. You
know what? I'm gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. There's this kid. I'm not gonna say his name. He went viral from a dance, right? He did like a viral video of him dancing. He got.
Are we narrowing down?
He got hundreds of thousands of followers in a short amount of time. I'd say probably in like a month. And I was in the studio with this kid for the first time
recently.
Yeah. And I had heard about it from people. I never met him. I never even saw the video, to be honest with you. But I did really quick go to his social media, and his following was real. Like, you look at his pictures, he's getting 15,000, likes and 3,000 comments or whatever.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But this fucking kid's ego, when he came in the door,
oh man,
he thought he was Prince.
That's bad.
He walked in.
Is he like a kid, like 12-year-old?
No, like 17.
Okay.
He's a brat.
I mean, like, right, the vibe, literally ill. You know, I'm a vibe guy. Like, I can get along with anybody, no problem. Soon as he walked in, I'm always like, yo, what's up, man? Like, I'm always trying to get to know. And it was like, this kid was so into himself, dude. It was like, man. I don't really fuck. Like, I honestly, I ended up leaving the session. I was like, you know what? I'm not really vibe. I'm just going to be out. And I left. But, like, when you get that on social media real quick, 300,000 in a month, these people be getting really gassed, like they did something. Like, you didn't really do anything. Yeah, you got a bunch of eyes on you, but what are you going to do with that?
Right. And your brain, I think it's because, like, your brain is, you don't give your brain enough time to, like, process what's actually happening. So you immediately go to this place of, like, I'm the man, or I'm the girl, or I'm, like, the shit. You know what I mean? And like you said, you meet someone in real life, and I can almost guarantee you that he didn't mean to act like that. It just becomes part of who you are, because you're just on the phone all day. You have 100,000 followers. Everyone's dick riding you, right? And then when you meet a person, you're 17 years old. You meet someone in real life, you're gonna act like that in real life. And guess what? Newsflash: people don't like that.
And the kid can't even rap.
Oh, he raps too.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, that's why I was in the studio, because he got all these eyes on him now, and he kind of likes rapping. They're like, all right, well, let's put out a song.
Right.
So they wanted me to like go in the studio and kind of help with the thing, and I'm just like, I'm just not feeling the vibe.
It's a slippery slope. But at the same time, he's a kid. He's gonna learn that.
Exactly.
But if you're in that same position where, you can be young or old, doesn't matter. But if you're in this position where you feel like you're feeling yourself, take a pause and think about why. I would say the first thing is think about why you feel like you're the shit.
Right.
And then tell yourself that there's 7 billion people on Earth, and there's probably millions of people out there that are more popular, more rich, and more successful than you. It's actually really humbling how the idea that we are really nothing compared to what's really happening. So.
And then when I got home, I sat it and I thought it over the next day, and I was like, maybe I was in my feelings a little bit, because I thought about when I was 17 and what an asshole I was, and like just the stupid things you do as a 17-year-old that you think you know everything, you think you're smarter than your mom and your dad, you know what I mean? You just know it all. So a side of me was like, but then I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck him. He can't rap.
Right, exactly.
He's still trash.
Yeah, he's still trash. If he was like a nice kid and like rapped okay, maybe I would have tried to help him out a little bit. Right. But like, or maybe
bad
if he
attitude,
rapped really, really
music.
well.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? But he's 17, but man, that kid could rap his ass off. Then maybe I could have looked past it.
He may have had a chip on his shoulder, like from something that he experienced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he came in.
School.
Yeah,
people used to pick on him, maybe, and he was like,
somebody. He probably was backstage with somebody popular, shook a hand, and is like, bad music, bad attitude, bad business.
So what do you?
I like that.
What do you think the triple B?
I like that. Say that again.
I said bad music, bad attitude, bad business.
Yeah.
Triple B.
That's. We should put that on a t-shirt.
Hashtag that shit and at Love Perfection.
BBB.
Facts.
What do you guys think of, speaking of that, what do you guys think of this idea? And I do think there's positive and negative to this, but what do you think of this idea of being driven by competition? Like,
it's great.
When you think about sports,
it's great.
It's amazing. Where you like in boxing, when like Tyson walks in the ring, he already just tells himself that like he won. Like he's just completely engulfed in believing that he won, and there's like a competitive nature there. So what's you guys' opinion on applying this competitive nature in music production, where it's like, I need to be the best producer. I need to outdo this person, this person, this. What are the pros and cons?
I wouldn't say outdo. I don't think that's for me personally. And when I like the competition, listen, because when I came up and in school, I was like wrestling season, football season, baseball season, like so all year I was just competing, right? So I like the competing aspect as far as like trying to get better. But in the music, I don't think compete is maybe the right term. I think it could be a friendly, like, man, like, oh, yo, you did that, dude. That's fucking fire, man. Yo, I'm about to do this shit over here, dude. Like, right. Yo, oh, word? Oh, no doubt. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, great. But I think when you start competing, especially with music, it's kind of like competing should be left in sports. Like, right. I don't think you should be really competing in music. I think you should be collabing in music and sharing in music and like upping each other, like, yo, like you do something, I applaud you, bro, salute, that's fucking awesome. Now you inspired me to want to do something
thing or bigger,
right? To do the same thing, similar, or you just sparked something else in my idea. Yo, that was awesome, thanks, man, because now you just made me start thinking about this. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think it should be collabing and sharing. Yeah, when it comes to music. In sports, you can compete, but maybe in music, right? That's how I look at it.
I think just as human beings, we are competitive by nature in certain situations, or with certain people, or even with ourselves. I think there's nothing wrong with friendly competition, kind of like what you were saying, or just competition in general to kind of like push yourself to be better. But I think it all depends on the intention, right? Because you can lose your mind being too focused on competing with someone or being better than them. You know what I mean? Because like, your opportunities are going to be your opportunities because of how you work, your attitude, who you're around. So things are going to come to you if you're doing everything the right way. Yeah. It's like going back to the internet, like social media. We're constantly scrolling every day, seeing people's lives. And, we subconsciously can feel competitive by nature. Like, damn, like that person just did something. Oh, that's crazy. I got to like step my game up. But sometimes that can be more negative than anything if you don't know how to control it. Right. So I think competition and friendly competition is good if it's driving you to be a better person and be better at your craft, but not to the extent of like it's just going to drive you mad, trying to like obsess over this person or be better than them, or fuck with your mental health.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then also too, like if you are doing things like and you feel like you're really like accomplishing your goals and you're really like in your stride, as I think we all here kind of feel like we're doing, but there's also a time and a place to talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to always be talking about all these great things you're doing, and I'm giving back to the community, man. I'm finding these producers, I'm giving them platforms, and I'm meeting people. It's like, no one wants to hear that.
Yeah, that comes from a place of trying to find validation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I go to that and I'm hearing someone talking, I'm like, dude, just shut up already.
They're finding validation.
Just stop. Like, no one even cares. You're sounding crazy right now. You know what I mean? It's like, so there's a time and a place to...
The competition thing is so interesting because when you think about, LeBron and you think about basketball, there's only one championship team. Only one team gets rings. All the other teams, how many NBA teams are there? 50-something, right? 52 or something? I might be way off, but I don't care. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let us know if you know. Tweet me if you know. There's only one winner out of all of those teams. So... the competitive nature is, of course, they're not competing because they hate each other, but they are competing to win, right? Because there's only one winner. And same thing with boxing. If your opponent believes they're gonna win, 99%, they're 99% confident they can win. But if the other person is 100% confident that they're about to win, then they're going to win. They have that 1% over that other person. So it's who is at that 100%, who wants to win, who wants to really win over the other person. So that's the competitive nature. So I think that we can all learn from that because in music, as music producers, everybody can get a ring.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly. Literally, anybody can.
Everybody can get a ring. Everybody can coexist. And I'm not saying that, you have to be on like a Drake album to get a ring. Oh, well, Illmind, there's only 15 slots on a Drake album. And if I'm not on there, then I don't get a ring. Not true. Not true, you know? And like, so when you really think of it that way, where you're taking the hard work and the training of sports, but you're also understanding and mindful that multiple people can get rings, aka everybody can get rings, then it just levels the playing field, because then I'm happy for you, you're happy for me.
Exactly.
It goes back to your point where it's a collaborative nature, which you guys are seeing. There's a lot of us out here, producers, that are getting rings, but we all fuck with each other. And there's this new generation coming up that are also getting rings, and the old is mixing with the new, and that's why I was always so opposed to like the older generation, where they would just like get so pissed off.
Yeah,
because I think back then, and this is no disrespect to the past generations, but I feel like there was more of like this competitive nature, but in a sport kind of way, where it's like only one person can be on top. Not true.
You know, I hate to bring everything back to like sales, right? But you guys know I'm like,
I love your sales.
Just the way I think, right? So like, think
Mr.
about
number one Equinox.
So think about this. You heard it from the man, though. So think about this, right? So if you have a sales job, whatever you're selling, right? You could be, let's just go gym membership, since we're talking about Equinox, right? So let's say you work in a gym and you're a membership advisor, right? And you're selling, so people come in, they see you, you know, but there's 3 other membership advisors in the same gym as you, okay? So normally, right, there's kind of like a unspoken like competition, right? Like, okay, like who's gonna sell the most, right? And then like the more you sell, the more money you make, right? So now, normally, if it was just like no goal, right? So let's say there's a goal. Let's say the goal is the club goal is 100 sales per month.
Wow.
And there's 4 advisors. So each advisor has to do 25 sales, right?
100 total.
100 total. There's 4 advisors. So each advisor has to do 25 sales. Now, let's say one advisor like me, I do 50, right? The other guy maybe does 20. The other one, you know, that's 70. The other one might do 15 and 15. So that's 100 total, right? So normally, because I did the most sales, I'd make the most money. Obviously, that's just how it works, right? But there's not really a team building thing there. It's just like me, win, get out of here, get out of here. Yeah. No, that's my sale. Why did that walk-in was supposed to go to the me? No, you skipped me as a mistake. I should have got this. It's like a whole complicated thing.
Yeah.
So how do you fix that? I can tell you right now. The way you fix that is when the club as a whole hits 100 sales, then all the advisors get a little bread, get a little extra money. So now what happens is if I come in and Avian did 5 sales, guess what I'm going to do? Yeah, bitch, fucking 5 sales, good shit. Because now we're closer to hitting the goal, which means I'm going to get paid.
Yeah.
Do you see what happens there?
Yep.
And that's kind of like the mentality. Like
it evens the playing field.
It evens the playing field. You know what I mean? And that's like in the music world, that's how you kind of have to think. Like, yo, good shit, bro. Because now the goal, we could all hit the goal.
I know you were in your moment, but it was really funny when you were just like, go to Avian and be like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Fuck yeah, 4 sales? What?
That's that sales shit.
You know what I mean?
Bitch.
I'm happy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know? But
you're so right. Oh
yeah, it's a win. It's a win. So now when you do good, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I do good, they're happy. They want me to keep winning because I'm making them I'm making them money. Yeah. For every sale I get, it's getting closer for them to hit their goal, their club goal, which means everybody wins. You know?
And it's so, oh man, do you have anything to add to that? It's so crazy how like when you flip your thinking into like, instead of like me, it just applies to every scenario. Where instead of like looking at it like me, where it's like everyone's sort of involved, it just makes everything easier.
It's a win.
It's just a win for everybody.
When even, okay, so like, you know, so as far as like my intern, let's just say, right? So I have an assistant now, right? And he's an assistant intern. So like I don't pay him a salary or anything like that, right? But he's been really helping me like a lot, to the point where it's like I can focus on other things, which is great because I'm executing so much more now. But like even my like intern assistant, right? So like he has access to all the back end stuff. So he can see how much money is being generated because he has all the logins, he's creating all the stuff. He can see all that, right? So let's say after I'm doing a bunch of the event and all this stuff, and he's seeing all that money in there, he's just looking like, damn, I want some of that, right? So what do? I don't tell him what it's about. So what I did, I said, yo, what's your Cash App? Like, just randomly, like, he's been with me months. What's your Cash App? Boom. Sent him a little something. Oh my God, thank you so much. I was like, yo, that's just a little thank you for helping me. Thank you so much because you're helping me so much. Thank you. That's all that is. You know what I mean? So now, so what's gonna happen now when I ask him to do something?
He's gonna want to do it.
He's gonna fucking run and do that shit real fast.
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's like you can't keep everything. You gotta just share. You know what I mean? You gotta share. And that, I learned that from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I started working with Ill would be like, yo, you know what, we're gonna do this shit, yo. Boom, you can, yo. So then I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. And that's like what I'm doing with my team now. It's like, okay, listen, we're gonna do this. We know it doesn't mean they're getting 5% or 10% of whatever I get. No, that's not what's gonna work. But
get something.
You're gonna get something. You get something. I get something. You get something.
Making some bread?
Who?
J.O.A.T.
Oh, by the way, and J.O.A.T, who's my intern, who I got
doing sessions now.
What is he?
Let's go.
He's doing sessions.
He's doing sessions. See,
J.O.A.T.
so people don't know who J.O.A.T was an intern me and Ill had at Roseville, and I had interviewed him. And one day actually no, I think you posted Perfection something about. Actually no, did you?
I text you. About needing.
Oh yeah, you texted me. That's what it was. You texted me like, "Yo, I need a really solid."
And then you refer J.O.A.T.
Yeah, I need a really solid, young, on-time engineer. Right away, I thought about J.O.A.T because when he interned with us, never called out, always on time.
Yeah.
Just quiet, fly on the wall, professional. And then I hit up J.O.A.T and J.O.A.T went. He did the interview, and look at him now. He's doing this stuff. So shout out J.O.A.T.
He's making money.
See?
Yo, the real J.O.A.T is his Instagram. The real J.O.A.T.
Yeah, you guys follow J.O.A.T.
Yeah.
He's such a good person.
He did the Ryan Leslie episode with us.
Yeah.
Was it Ryan Leslie?
He did.
No,
he did. No, it wasn't. It was Ryan.
Was it?
No, it might have been Ryan or no. I know he did one episode with us. Though.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Was it Ryan?
One of the first ones.
I think it might have been Ryan.
You were here for Ryan?
I was here for Ryan. I remember Ryan. Yeah. That was.
Were you here for Ryan? I wasn't here for Ryan.
I was here for Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Were you here for Ryan?
I don't think.
Well, no, because Glam was here for Ryan. That's what I'm trying to think. He replaced somebody on an episode. I don't think it was Ryan Leslie, but he did an episode with us.
I think it was it Brian Michael Cox episode? No.
Which I'm still mad we didn't get that footage, man.
Yeah. What's his name is whack for that, by the way.
We'll get him back.
And
I don't want to say who, but
if we was in a Blap room, I'll start calling out fucking names.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get B Cox. We'll get B Cox back.
Yeah.
Brian
we gotta send a fucking letter.
Yeah.
We lost the Dahi episode too.
That was crazy. We did the whole episode and then we realized, whoops.
That was my fault. I didn't record.
That
was when we were recording on the laptop, and I activated the laptop thing instead, and it didn't feed through, and it didn't record.
I remember at the end you were like,
that Brian Michael Cox, he was telling stories of Beyonce and shit.
No, but we got the audio. It's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, but
the video would have been fire.
That was a classic interview.
We'll get him back. We'll get him back in. We'll get him back.
Hey, I gotta get something I want to say real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of my assistant, he was the one that's like, yo, you should really talk about that on Blap Chat. And I feel like we have, but just want to run it by real quick. So we've been getting a lot of submissions for the Nick Pap's beat battle, right? That I'm doing on the 26th. So my assistant's been sending me some of these emails from these producers, and they're crazy.
Like what? What?
I mean, first of all, people have to remember that this is the music business, so you have to still treat it as a business, even when you're sending emails.
Yeah.
Like tracks like all caps, misspelling. I mean,
yeah,
just bad. You know what I mean? And I just want to reiterate, like, if you're sending an email, keep in mind it's still the music business.
It doesn't leave a good impression.
Business. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And literally, we didn't even listen to the track. It was just so bad. And he was like, you got just bring it up. And I feel like we have, but
you know, it's one thing that's annoying.
Yeah.
Don't comment under my picture telling me to check my DM.
Yeah. I get that.
I literally had an artist that was like, check your DM. And I'm like regularly checking my DM and requests. And then he sends me a fucking clip that he posted on his Instagram. He's like, can you post this?
Yeah.
Sir.
Do I know you?
Listen,
Sir.
that's why 99% of people never really.
That's not a good marketing idea. I'm not going to promote your shit. That's not fire. I don't know you. No.
I went on a little Twitter rant not too long ago about the whole check your DM thing. Guys, newsflash. Another newsflash.
Oh, they were so mad at you, right? I was laughing at that.
I remember that.
It's not a good idea to send a DM and then tweet or comment on someone, on the same person, and say check your DM.
No, here's the thing. At the end of the day, people of influence want to influence you, right? Like, you're an influencer, you're a music producer, you're an influencer, you know, you work in the music industry, you do management, whatever. You know, but people are not entitled to help you ever. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, even just looking at your comments, I was gonna like reply, but I was just like running around, and some people were like, oh, well, like, you pride yourself in helping people and you don't want to. No one's entitled to help you. I can give you free gems, and it's up to you to do what you have to do with that. I don't have to answer your email and take your MP3 and play it for an executive. Like, why? I think people just get so used to the idea of like, oh, you're an influencer, you want to help people, so help me. It doesn't work like that. And the more entitled you sound and the more annoying you come across, the less success you're going to have. Yeah.
And listen, guys like me and other people, us here, like, when you leave those types of comments, like, don't think that, like, we're going to forget that. Like, you really stick out like a sore thumb. So next time I see you tweet me or leave a comment, like, it's a wrap pretty much.
Yeah, and it's
like you're never going to really find me helping you really at any point.
Yeah, like, there's ways to go about it, and I think sometimes you do have to shoot your shot. Like, look at J. Cole. He stood outside in front of a building, got declined, and then got signed. You know, you can shoot your shot, but just don't be annoying. Like, don't tell me to post your song when I don't even know you, bro. Like, that's never happening.
I think people have this misconception of shooting your shot means I need to ask something from someone. Right. Shooting your shot is offering your service. Offer your service, not
offer your service.
It's not, hey, can you give me $1 million? It's, hey, how can I help you get $1 million?
Right. Don't like 12 of my pictures and then tell me check my DM and then you're telling me to post your music. Listen, it's never gonna happen.
All of you guys that shoot your shot by asking for a favor or asking for an influencer or someone more successful than you to help you, is you might as well throw the ball over the fucking rim with a blindfold on, because you're not going to get that in.
You know what too is something, you know, when it comes to relationships and being an artist, and this is just in life in general, but I'll give you an example. So obviously, you know, people are getting familiar that me and Cruz are like super tight. That's my bro for life, right?
Turn me up,
Cruz. So
Mundo
beats.
Oh, we haven't heard that in a while.
I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back.
Cruz, turn up the Mundo beat.
Dímelo, coño.
Cruz, turn up the Mundo beat. Can we get Meek to say that?
Yeah.
Cruz, turn up the Mundo beat.
on a Latin trap remix, right? So what happened was, somebody was, we're gonna say this for the Blap room, but somebody, kind of like who knows him, kind of on that side of the camp, right, was DMing me like constantly. They DM'd me, left a comment, emailed me multiple times. Like, yo, I'm trying to link.
Same person.
Yeah, the same person. Yo, I'm trying to link with you. Yo, here's my number. Give me a call. I'm trying to link with you. And I looked at his profile and I said, Cruz. I said, he follows Cruz. I said, let me hit up Cruz, because I didn't reply to any of his messages.
Right. Just to verify.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is from a hole in the wall, to be honest with you. But he has a little following, and like, you know, some of the people that follow him, like, I respect. So I know he's kind of somebody. So I hit Cruz. I took a screenshot and I hit Cruz like, yo, like, do you know this person? You know, guy, girl. I didn't, I'm not gonna say it was a guy, girl. I was like, do you know this person? And then I said, yo, because they've been blowing me up, like trying to link and he was just like, man, he was just like, curve that, let that go, And he said something to me, and I respect it. He goes, look at, go, and this is how it should be in life in general. And people, this is why I'm saying it. He said, look at, if anyone starts hitting you, and same like vice versa for him. I told him, if anyone starts hitting me, like that's kind of like affiliated with him, he's like, always check with him first. Right. You know what I mean? Always check with him first. And I'm glad I did honestly check with him first. But the point that I'm making is there's an etiquette to trying to get to someone. Like if that guy was trying to get to me, and I found out it was because he wanted, they wanted to do like a an event, and and they wanted my help, and I could have did it. You know what I'm saying? I was super busy, but like
the approach
was wrong.
The approach was
wrong. And then I come to find out there's a few other people that I'm affiliated with that they were trying to get to them to get to me, and I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So it's like, but the point is, what the guy should have did, or the girl should have did, is they should have just hit Cruz.
Right.
Say, yo, Cruz, I love what you guys are doing. We're I have this idea. I think you'd be great for you guys. I'd love to bring it. Then Cruz could have did it, and he would have gladly did it easily. He told me, he's like, look, I don't like, whatever. So the point that I'm making is like, there's an etiquette, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to get to ill or you're trying to get to perfection, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what that's called? Tact.
That's no tact.
That's tact.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, the best way to get to know someone you want to get to know is through someone else.
Exactly.
Or directly.
Right.
And if you try to get to know the person directly, that's the most effective, but the most difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you have to look at the second option, which is getting to know someone who knows that person, and then best case scenario, that person that you got to know introduces you to the person that you ultimately want to get to know.
100%.
I went to the Rap Caviar event at the Brooklyn Museum, right? And it was like invite only. Shout out to my man PK. It was like Secret Genius thing, and it was Pusha T was there, Jaden, all these people, Juice WRLD, all these.
Shout out to Carl Cherry too.
Carl Cherry with the amazing speech about Nip and all that stuff. And he was, kind of helped curate the whole thing.
And he made that a moment too.
He made it a moment.
A moment of silence for Nip. A ton of people were like not dropping.
Exactly. He made such a moment. And it was a great event. And what I realized was I knew a lot of people in there. There's some people in there that I knew from passing or from like chatting online that I never met in person. And my man PK, I was hanging out with PK and from Spotify, and he was just introducing me to everybody. I mean, a lot of people. And I got to like relink with some people I haven't seen in a long time, but I got to meet people for the first time. Right. I knew about them, they knew about me, we just never met. So it took someone like PK, a middleman, to just kind of introduce and then let it, you know what I mean, and let it go. And that's great. That's so it's like this idea of like, well, if you don't know Jay-Z, right, it's gonna be really hard to try to get to know him, but what about all the people who around him? And I'm not saying you should like scheme and like try to work your way up the totem pole, but it's just this whole idea of like meeting a bunch of people, and like those people might know people, and the more people you know, the better.
It's like I was at an event yesterday that Angela was hosting, and it was like pretty intimate, and there were some people there, and like Ty was there, Beyonce's stylist, and I was gonna talk to him, but I chose not to, because for me it's like I'm in the position where like I know I'm gonna see you guys again, so I'm not pressed, and I'd rather it be more organic than me be like, hey Ty, I'm Avian, nice to meet you, I enjoy your work, and then you
gotta pick and choose your battles,
and then what? You know what I mean? I was having that conversation last night. It's like, it's great to introduce yourself, but like, then what? I'm not gonna ask him for his number. I'm not gonna yet. No. You know what I mean? Because like, the conversation's not there. Right. You know what I mean?
That's why the middleman is so important.
You know what I mean? Like, there has to be something that ties the connection.
What if someone went up to you, Avian, and was like, yo, Perfection, what's good? My name is Jerry. I don't know, Jerry. My name is whatever. I know Atlas, I met him a couple months ago. Can I get your number? That's not gonna work.
No way.
That's not gonna work.
I'd be like, follow me on Instagram.
Now if they knew Ty,
doesn't that feel shitty?
No, I'm just kidding.
Now if they were here and they said, yo, or if Atlas was here and was like, if Atlas, you were talking to Avian and you were like, yo, Avian, like, meet my boy.
Yeah, he's really good with the design.
But it all depends, because if somebody approached me and was like, yo, like, I've been knowing Atlas for a minute, like, I've worked with him on a couple things, you know what I mean? We know the same people, like, I helped him do, like,
right.
his, like,
it's more effective.
You know what I mean? Because oh shit, okay, so Atlas
There's
actually knows this person,
but not as effective as if Atlas did the actual
But if someone's
intro.
just like, yo, I know Atlas, like, okay, me too. But like, if there's like if I know that like Atlas has an actual relationship with this person and he might vouch for them, then I would continue the conversation and potentially give you my number.
Potentially, keyword, motherfucker.
Yeah, potentially, if your approach made sense and if there was a connection, like you know, if I knew like, oh, okay, this guy like Atlas seems like he fucks with him because they've done work together, cool, like whatever. But if you're just on some like, I hate when people do that. Like,
I know,
like. That has happened.
They give you the phone. Yo, put your contact.
Like they'll be like
email. Yes, sir.
You would never introduce someone who you didn't trust.
100%. I don't roll with people I don't trust.
Yeah, because if you were to introduce this third person to someone you knew and make that connection, you would obviously want that to work out,
right?
Or at least for that person to be like not like fuck up or whatever it is.
Right.
So it's like that's why it's important to not like to be in the good graces of people that you network with, because it's like you just never know. It's like such a small industry, you know. So
and I would have if I'm going to bring someone to Avian for whatever reason, there would have to be something that they would bring value that would make sense for me to bring them to Perfection, right? So like, like a layup would be like, yo, Avian, yo, this is my man right here. We did this, and this. I've known him for plus amount of years. He's a stylist, yo. He knits, fabric. He's amazing with the needle.
Right.
Yo, you gotta fuck with him, yo.
I like that. Amazing with the needle.
And then you talk to him, and and he's mad chill, and then it might even just happen organically like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
there needs to be a class on like
that
approach.
Approach
etiquette.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that in the Blap.
I still think we should. I still think that a good introduction that definitely usually works is make the conversation about the other person.
100%.
I like it when people do that with me. Yo, Illmind, yo, congrats on the Grammy, man.
I fuck with the BLAP-KITS. Yo, I got all the kits.
Every time someone says, and you guys are gonna use this now. Every time someone says, yo, I got every BLAP kit. I've seen all your episodes. Like it makes me feel special. Like
100%.
I appreciate. That doesn't mean 100%. I'm gonna give you my number.
Right.
Yeah. Stop asking people for their fucking number.
Like, just get the Instagram. I mean, it's like having a number.
Or just find me. I'm not hard to find.
I always just tell people DM. Like,
nah, man.
DM.
Yeah, follow me. I'd rather you follow me on Instagram, and if I feel like following you back, I might.
Exactly.
Or if there's any value there, I'm just keeping it real. Like, let's be real.
But it's a little different with you because you get a lot of people that hit you from.
But just generally, like
reasons.
You're not just gonna like. You can tell people like hit me on Instagram, but that does not mean you're gonna follow every person that you tell hit me on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, don't ask me for my number. Find me on Instagram, follow me. I might follow you back if your page is cool, if you're not having a ton of fucking memes on your shit. And then my email's on my page. Like, stop asking me for my number, because there have been situations where I'll give someone my number and I just want to answer you.
Yeah.
So what's worse?
Exactly.
Being ignored, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And this doesn't work, and that drives me nuts when I'm sure you guys get it too, where like this person's been like liking all your stuff on IG, and you see them out there. You might not have followed them back, but you're like, okay, this guy's showing me it's love, right?
Name,
You see your name, you see it, you already know. So then you go to an event, that person sees you, right? Somehow like conversation comes up, really like small, like, oh, what's up, man? Cool, like real quick, and then right away, the phone is already on like contact on your phone, where you put your name in your phone. They go, yo, put your contact in here. Yo, let me grab your contact. You know what I do? Just the email.
Right.
My name and just my email address. If I don't want to get, all right, yeah, no doubt, I got you, bro. Boom. And then I save it. So that way it would just be saved, and they just see Atlas, and then they would have to like go in and look to see I just maybe got the email, depending on the phone they have. But
lately for me, I've just been like, I don't really do the phone number thing. I'll just tell them.
Yeah.
And just be like,
DM me.
Yeah, I don't even say that. I'm just like, I don't really give my phone number out.
Right.
Yeah, smart. Yeah.
Because what are they gonna do? Get mad?
Right.
You're not gonna get mad.
Right.
And if you get mad,
and they can send you a message on Instagram.
If you get
Twitter.
mad, fuck you.
I got something in the bag for you, bro. I'm just kidding. Oh man, that was so funny.
Yo, you would not ask Jay-Z or Beyonce for their phone number.
Right.
I mean, I'm not Jay-Z or Beyonce, but
yo, Hove, man. Put
Hove,
that in real quick. Let me get the home joint, Hove.
Yo,
let me get that.
Yo, I've been around Jay-Z 4 times and I've never been the one to be like, hey, he'd be the one like, you're good? Like,
I have 10 copies of Reasonable Doubt on CD. Put that in real quick. Tact.
Would laugh at
I like this conversation. It's about tact, and I think tact is killing a lot of people. It's really just that it doesn't mean that you're not talented. There's probably people out there that are so talented, but just don't quite get the tactical aspect of being around people and meeting people, which is okay, but it's something that you need to improve.
I feel like that started happening as social media got bigger.
Yeah,
because now
people stop learning how to interact.
Exactly.
People don't know how to interact because it's totally different on here.
Even now, you go to a party 10, 15 years ago, and go to a party now. Now everyone's on their phone.
Yeah.
Even at a concert, everyone's on looking through the phone.
It's because you don't have that many opportunities to interact with new people. Like meeting a stranger, no phones out. Like no one has their phone out. You meet a stranger. What do? I think it's every year that goes by, it's becoming less and less relevant, and you don't have enough times to practice that. And we practiced it in school.
Yeah.
Because when we were in school, we didn't have phones for the most part. I mean, some of us did, obviously, but for the most part, no phones. So it's like you learn that when you're a kid, but if you never learn that, man, it's not cool. So we actually have to wrap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that went by fast.
Went by fast. Listen, guys, we really appreciate all of our subscribers, all of our listeners. This was a good conversation.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
We're gonna dig more into this whole relationship stuff, the tax stuff. I think that's super important.
We could do it in the green in the Blap room.
Yeah. So once again, we're signing off. We appreciate you guys. What is episode 98?
98.
Blap Chat.
We got some good things coming.
We got some things coming.
Oh my God, I can't wait to share it.
We're gonna keep you guys posted on the Blap room and how to become a private member of the private chat room, the Blap room. We're going to start doing that every week.
And this is for the real blappers.
This is for our
die-hard blappers.
Diehards, man. So shout out to all my guys out there, man. Make sure you subscribe. Appreciate all of our followers, man. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Out.